You already know, man. It's your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing this video, whether religiously or in passing. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel at Hype Fan Eagle 1. Please follow me on Twitter or X at Hype Eagle 1, man. Please make sure that you leave your comments down below. Make sure you sub. Make sure you sub. Tomorrow is the Unsportsmanlike Talk Show. It is every Tuesday between 8:30 and 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Right now, this is the Hype Talk. You know what I mean? I got my boy in the building, Hype Fan Jers. If y'all can't see me on the stream, then tune into Hype Fan Jers. You know what I mean? So if I'm not up there, tune in to him. If he up there, wait till I get up there, y'all go tune into me. You know what I mean? This is a dynamic duo. You already know. Right now, we about to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. You know what I mean? The Eagles actually lost. We're gonna talk about what are some of the takeaways in that game. Is there a panic? Should we push the panic button? Should we not push the panic button? And we just gonna talk, man. It's hype talk, man. Let's get right into it. What's your takeaways of the game? Like, first of all, go through the game and then what's your takeaways of the game?
All right, man. First of all, how when I was looking at the game, how it started off, it was like it went up and then it went down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the whole thing that I would say over this game is the key. How I look at it is Jalen Hurts, and the reason why I would say that is I won't say necessarily this game was meant to happen to show people that that quarterback position is very, very important and that Jalen Hurts played that position the best way that we need him to play. It's
Yeah.
probably not in the way that people want to see, but it's the way that it's supposed to be. Like,
Mm-hmm.
meaning people want to see passing yardage, want to see all this stuff. They want to see all the stuff, but it's not about that. He played what it's supposed to be, meaning we're not that team that people want to see. We're a team that we have our own identity, and he fits that. And that shows that they always say any quarterback could fit our system. Any quarterback could go on this team and lead the team and do what they do. And that is not it. And that just shows right there because when he was in the game and I'm watching it, I'm like, yo, we was marching, we scored, we went up 20, I believe what, 21-7.
Nah,
21 to
when he was in the game, we went up 14 zip, and then when he got concussed,
Oh
Kenny
yeah, I
Pickett,
forgot. Kenny Pickett made a touchdown, one touchdown. He did.
yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot that. But he was still marching. Before he
yeah,
went out, he was still
yeah,
marching. I feel like he still would have cashed that in. It still would have been 21-7. Like, it
mm-hmm,
would have been 21 zip, and then they had scored and made it 21-7, whatever. Like, so what I'm saying is that our offense was clicking. Everything looked phenomenal. The defense was well rested because our offense was on the field.
yeah,
But when he went out and Kenny Pickett had to come in, and after that first drive, okay, he did. I think that was just, it was like a drive that was already had the momentum. But
mm-hmm,
then when the Commanders defense start getting to the point of figuring out, okay, he's not Jalen Hurts. We don't have to. We could stack that box. We could put more people on that line, and all we have to do is worry about Saquon. And if we could stop him, we're not worrying about Kenny Pickett.
mm-hmm.
But that being said, thank you. That being said, that like if Jalen Hurts would have stayed in, the Commanders defense would have had to, what was it? They would have never switched up. They would have had to. They would have been confused of trying to figure out what they have to do to contain them. They would have
Mm-hmm.
to stop the run and stop the pass. It would have been so hard for them. But since he went out, it just changed the whole damn. And I'm gonna keep short. I'm gonna keep it short. What I'm saying is, I hear a lot of analysts talking about more of, okay, Jalen Daniels of what he's did, and on the aspect, you hear people saying, well, Jalen Hurts don't play defense, which is true.
Yeah,
But at the same time, when a quarterback is not in it. When you got your main quarterback that's not in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and the defense is playing on the field so much because the offense is going three and outs, and they're not doing nothing. And now the other team is gaining momentum, and that's giving the the offense on the other side confidence because of our offense ain't doing nothing. So that gives the Commanders offense confidence to get back on the field, and our defense is tired because our defense continually keep getting on the field. And when you're trying to chase a mobile quarterback, that tires that defense out.
Yeah.
Constantly on the field chasing a mobile quarterback, it's going to be hard. The defense after a while got tired. They still did 5 turnovers. They still did a phenomenal job, but after a while they get tired. And that's opened up a lot of holes for Jaden Daniels. So they not speaking more on that. They're not speaking on that the defense was tired. And that's the reason why Jaden Daniels stopped cooking, because the defense got tired and our offense just wasn't helping because Jalen Hurts for the end. So the end of it all, my takeaway for this whole game is that it solidified that Jalen Hurts. People don't watch the game. I say this: people don't watch the game for itself. They just look at stats. They don't look at the game to see that a lot of drives Jalen Hurts did, a lot of touchdowns that we had got this year, it's because Jalen Hurts was in clutch in a lot of those drives. Yes, he might not have passing yardage, but if it wasn't for certain drives of Jalen Hurts extending the play, getting 15-yard runs, and making something out of nothing, a lot of those touchdowns would have never happened if he would have never did that.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, you see that Kenny Pickett couldn't do none of that. He had like 1 or 2 runs that was okay, but overall he couldn't consistently do that. The make something out of nothing when the defense, when the wide receivers is dropping passes or they're having a hard time, each having a hard time finding receivers open. He couldn't do that, and that's the prime example of why Jalen Hurts fit this system. Why he is the franchise quarterback, and people need to get off his back because of passing yardage and understand he might not have passing yardage, but when he make up passing yardage, it's being a clutch quarterback and being so clutch to win on moments. Man, I take that any day because there's not a lot of quarterbacks that can do that. So my takeaway is Jalen Hurts is needed for this team.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the Washington Commanders because, as far as us Eagles fans, not just me and you, but the Philadelphia Eagles community, we're not gonna act like they didn't play a hard game. They played the hard game. You know what I mean? And they took advantage of the opportunity when Jalen Hurts was out. They had to. They had no choice but to take advantage of that.
I get that.
You know what I mean? My takeaways of this game was, this was our game to lose. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much lost this game on our own. If you look at it, Saquon Barkley dropped the pass, AJ Brown dropped the crucial pass, and Smitty dropped the crucial pass. Also, Jake Elliott missed the field goal too. So if push came to shove, we would have went to overtime. He missed the field goal as well. So we beat ourselves, especially while we had Kenny Pickett in. But I just want to say this, and I want to piggyback off of what you said, is the fact that now you see the difference between a backup quarterback or just any quarterback versus Jalen Hurts. When Jalen Hurts is in the ball game, it complements Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? So they pretty much complement each other, just like the wide receivers complement Jalen Hurts and Jalen Hurts complement the wide receivers. It is a well-oiled machine. A lot of the times when Kenny Pickett, he could have pulled the ball and ran it, but Kenny Pickett is not mobile. If that was Jalen Hurts, it was a lot of holes open when Jalen Hurts could have ran the ball. You know what I'm saying? Just the idea of the RPO with Jalen Hurts get the defense off their toes. You can't do that if you don't have a mobile quarterback. So it allowed the Commanders to stack the box, like you said. In the first half, Saquon Barkley had 109 yards. In the second half, he only had 44 yards because Jalen Hurts wasn't there. You know what I mean? There wasn't a threat to the running game. You feel what I'm saying? So just the importance of Jalen Hurts. Now, I want to see the people that was saying all this stuff about Jalen Hurts. Oh, he he only throwing the ball 13 times, 19 times, 14 times. But my thing is this, right? He's doing what's needed for the team. You know what I mean? He can throw the ball all across the board if he want. You know what I mean? But he's doing what's needed for the team. We saw what happened when Kenny Pickett, he didn't play bad. I just want to say that. He had one bad interception to AJ Brown. But other than that,
he was all right. He was all right.
Yeah, he didn't play bad. In fact, he definitely had a throw to seal a game to Devontae Smith, and Smitty dropped.
Yeah.
So we had opportunity to win this game. I feel I want to repeat what you said. The defense ended up getting tired at the end because the offense couldn't sustain drives no more. When Jalen Hurts is in there, he know how to sustain drive, clock management. When Jalen Hurts was in there last game, what we did, we took 10 minutes off the clock in the fourth quarter. If Jalen Hurts was in this game, he know how to sustain drives. Now that Kenny Pickett he got entered in the game, it was always 4 and out, 4 and out, 4 and out, 4 and out. We couldn't sustain drives. The defense was on the field, you know what I mean, back to back to back to back to back. You know what I mean? And another thing that hurt us too, CJ Gardner-Johnson, he got kicked out. You know what I mean? He got ejected. Yeah. And I was trying to figure that out because the wide receiver actually pushed his helmet off, and he didn't get no unsportsmanlike conduct on. You know
yeah, everybody's talking about that. Yep.
Yeah, so I don't understand that. Jordan Davis, he went out. You know what I mean? He got injured. Who else? N'Kobe Dean, he got injured for like 1 or 2 snaps or whatever like that. But it's just self-inflicted wounds for the Eagles. You know what I mean? But I want to say I feel like it's no panic though. You know what I mean? We may not get the number 1 seed because in order for us to get the number 1 seed, we had to win out, and Detroit had to lose 1 game. Now that the fact that we lost, I think that the number 1 seed is pretty much out of view. You know what I mean? I believe that we will lock up the NFC East. We'll lock up the NFC East because all we got to do is win out. Even if we lose 1 more game and win the next game, we good. We lock up the NFC East. And if that's the case, then we may meet Washington again in the playoffs, and we will have home field advantage on that. Do you feel like people should start hitting the panic button based off of what happened yesterday?
On the Eagles?
For the Eagles.
No, not at all. I feel like Hurts is because, to be honest, a lot of people saying this too, and this is how I feel when it happened. I was watching the game with me and my son, and we was watching the game, and my sister was there too. But I was looking at it, and I was like, yo, when he went down, I mean, when he got up, I think he was a little bit shook off. But who to say that just sometimes you get hit, you wake up, you're like, oh, that was a hit. You know, you shake it off, you good. And he went and get evaluated, and after he get evaluated, and then he comes back out
ready
to go. The next thing you know, Vegas do some bull crap and send him back in to get evaluated for what again? Next thing you know, oh, he out for concussion protocol. Like
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, like, bro, he had a helmet on, he looked like he was ready to go. Y'all, like, it just a lot of people felt like it was a lot of controversy with that. They felt like, yo, they did that, you know, on purpose, just to set them out to make it like a type of game because of parlays or whatever. A lot of people, I don't know, like, you know, and people feel that way. Me, I don't know, but it was just a little iffy of how they did that.
It was weird.
Yeah. So, ask your question again. You.
Do you feel like Philadelphia Eagles fans should hit the panic button?
Yeah. So, like, I don't feel like they should because I know that he got a concussion, but he looked good to me, and I feel like he should be back for next week when we play the Cowboys, and I'm confident he should be. Now, if they do if something happened like that, I don't know, but I feel confident that he was good. That him coming out and they call him back and give him out of nowhere. That was just, I didn't understand that. I guess they must have saw what we ain't seen or whatever. But it don't look like a big concussion situation for them to say he's good and then bring him back. Like, I don't think it was that serious. So I would say Pelican. Yeah, we might lost. We probably a little out for the race of the number one seed. We would need the 49ers. It's crazy for that we root for the 49ers to beat the Lions. We would
Yeah,
need the
yeah.
49ers
I don't think
to
they're
beat
gonna
the
pick
Lions.
him though. I don't think
Yeah,
they're gonna.
I don't think I don't think, but I'm hoping maybe NFL is unpredictable.
Any given
So
Sunday,
over,
any given Sunday, yeah,
yeah, hopefully a miracle pull. I like you said, I don't think they're gonna do it either, but hopefully a miracle pull. If they do beat the Lions, then we got a chance. If we go 2-1 with the Lions, then we don't because of how they win this season. Like
yeah,
even if we match up with the Lions with 2-1, the Lions still gonna have the number one seed just because of they win percentages of this season, and they gonna still be number one. So we can't match up with the Lions with 2-1. We need the Lions to at least go 1-2, and we go 2-1,
yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah,
can take the number one seed.
yeah.
So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but if we don't get the number one seed, we definitely in the playoff, and I got confidence that we'll turn it around. I won't say hit the panic button because we still got a good offense, and our defense is despite what happened. Listen, it's not easy to play mobile quarterbacks. Look, I'm gonna give Jalen Daniels some credit. I understand our defense is tired, but at the same time, I'm gonna give him some credit because he could extend a play, and Jalen
Yeah.
Daniels could pass.
Yo, no,
He
yo,
could
no,
pass.
no
That's
bull.
what the
Yo,
pass.
he is a nice rookie quarterback, but not just a rookie quarterback. He a nice quarterback, period, bro. And like for him
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
doing things that, and listen, this is hype talk about the Eagles, but we got to keep it a dollar.
yeah,
Him to be a rookie and doing what he doing, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah,
playing like a veteran, bro. He's playing like a veteran, and you got
yeah,
to give credit when credit is due. You feel what I'm saying? Um, the
yeah.
Washington Commanders, they also look good too. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
if we do play them in the playoffs. I mean, if we do play them in the playoffs, you know, where everything considered health, everybody healthy, Jalen Hurts healthy, everybody good. You know, I think we'll get them because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
wait,
exactly. I do
the,
too.
the way we rolled out in the first half is pretty much from what I believe is how the rest of the game was probably going to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
offense would have
yeah.
gave the defense confidence. The defense would have gave the offense confidence as they've been doing all year. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this, right? One of my biggest worries is injury. I hope we can stay healthy these last two
Yeah,
games, bro.
yeah,
I hope
yeah.
we can stay healthy, bro. We need that. It was a report basically saying that AJ Brown wasn't going to play that game because he had a knee issue. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
he ended up playing. So that's it, man. I just hope that we could go in the playoffs healthy. You know what I mean? We could be
That's all that matters. That's what
that's all
matters.
that's all
Yeah.
that matters. That's all that matters. So we gonna get back to the Eagles. Right now we got the second seed in the NFC. Going into the playoffs, who would you fear or who would you be worried about playing going into the playoffs? Because
Okay. For the
you got
NFC, we
Green
got
Bay,
Green Bay.
Washington,
We got Washington.
possibly got the Bucks,
I believe.
depending on a couple of situations. The Bucks,
Yeah. Isn't the Seahawks is in there?
they fighting with the I believe the Seahawks is fighting for a spot with I believe with the Bucks, the command the Bucks, Seattle, and the Falcons. Either one of them three teams are fighting for a playoff spot. I can't I can't
Well,
I
we
can't
got the
remember. Don't quote me, y'all. Do not quote me.
Okay.
If,
Got the
if y'all know,
Vikings in
leave it in the
there.
comment.
Got the Vikings in there.
The Vikings is
Oh,
going to be the number
I think they
three.
seven. I think they seven.
Nah, the Vikings is 12-2, 13-2. They would be the number 3 seed If the Vikings
Nah,
lose,
because they're not division leaders. They can't be the number 3. They're not division leaders.
no. I'm talking about in the whole who the division leader in the, let me see. Let me look this up. Well, I apologize, y'all.
The Vikings is in the same division of the Lions. The Lions is the division leader, but so since the Vikings is not division leader, it like that whole bracket, you got the Lions, Vikings, and who else in it that's doing good? Lions, Vikings, and
I'm
was
about to
it
look it
Green
up right.
Bay?
I'm about to look it up right.
No. It was 3 teams in that. That's why they say the NFC. I guess that with that North or South. I think that's South or North. One of those.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we would be the number 2 seed. I'm talking about just out of the NFC, and the Vikings would be number 3 because the Vikings, the Detroit Lions are the division leaders in their division, and then it's the Vikings. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said.
Yeah. So they would be the number 3 seed, and we would be the number 2 seed. Right now in the NFC South, the Falcons and Tampa Bay, they trying to get a spot. In the NFC West, the Rams and Seattle. You know what I mean? So right now, Green Bay is in the playoffs. The Falcons and Tampa Bay, I think that come down to a couple of games for real, for one of them two. They both got the same record, 8-7. And the Rams and Seattle.
They needed us to win to help them out, but we lost. So now they need somebody to lose.
Yeah, and Seattle, they are not eliminated, so they got to wait until a couple of situations happen, I believe, for them to actually creep in the playoffs. I think the Rams is in. I think the Rams is in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't see how the Vikings is 3 because they're not division leaders. All the division leaders should be 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Because they clinched.
Yeah, but they still not division leaders. All the division leaders should be ahead of them. You got the division leaders that be ahead of everybody, so that's because they get home field advantage. Like we are division leaders.
Let me see.
We're division leaders. Who else division leaders? I think the Falcons was a division leader. That's why they was up there. Who else on the other? It was another one. I don't know about the Seahawks or Green Bay. I don't know. One of them was the division leaders. Like it's the division. It's always 1, 2, 3, 4 with division leaders. Then 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, here we go right here. Okay, so we both wrong. Partners, y'all. Leave it in the comments down below. We both wrong. Lions number 1, Eagles number 2, Vikings are number 5.
Okay.
So these 3 teams are they clinched the playoff spot.
Yeah.
Now, teams that are in the hunt, the Los Angeles Rams, they are number 3. They are in the hunt. The Falcons are number 4. They're in the hunt. The Packers is in the hunt, and the Commanders in the hunt. The teams that is on the bubble right now is the Buccaneers and Seattle. The teams that's eliminated, of course, you know, Cowboys, Cardinals, 49ers, Saints, Bears, Panthers, and the Giants. They all eliminated. The Buccaneers and the Seattle are on a bubble. They gotta have some miracle happen for them. And the teams that's in the hunt, basically, they probably, you know, to play for that wild card or, you know, get that wild card spot. It's the Rams, Vikings. No, it's the Rams, Falcons, Packers, and Commanders. And the Lions, Eagles, and Vikings, they all clinched.
Well, yeah, I probably got the slot wrong, but I knew they couldn't be 1 through 4 with the Vikings because of those the division leaders. Like I'm talking about like if the playoff end today, because they had those brackets. If the playoffs start today, they had the teams that would be 1 through 4 because of they are division leaders. That was us, and it was the Falcons. I don't know if they probably lost that. And I forgot who was the other team. I don't know if it was Green Bay or the Rams. I think the Rams was one of them.
As far as division leaders?
Yeah, like if the playoff starts today, they will be from 1 through 4 because they are division leaders.
Yeah.
So that's that. I think it was Falcons and the Rams. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I
Okay,
forgot.
so the division leaders for the NFC is the Eagles, Detroit, Atlanta, and the Rams.
Yeah, see, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Falcons and the Rams. Yeah,
yeah.
but
Okay, so going into we going matter of fact, let's stay on this Commanders game right now, and then we're gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
further like that. So how do you feel about the play calling and everything like that? Do you feel like what's the OC name? I always forget. Kellen Moore. Do you feel like do you feel like his play calling was good while Kenny Pickett
Good question.
game?
Good question. I like that question. I felt because I spoke on it about that. Kellen Moore, I love Kellen Moore. He do a good job for this team
Yeah,
this year. I
yeah.
like this switch up. He kept it. He brought the identity back, and he used Saquon Barkley like the way he's supposed to use them. I felt like his play calling wasn't bad. I really I like the I wasn't really upset of Kellen Moore play calling this game. He came out, he did what he did when Hurts was in the game. Um, Sometimes when you get these backup quarterback, things change up. It necessarily switches up in your playbook. You now with the play that you run from your main quarterback, especially what Hurts of being a mobile quarterback, it's kind of hard. You cannot necessarily play
Hold up.
those.
I'm gonna call you back, okay? Okay. Okay, that was my daughter. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't necessarily play those type of same plays that you dialed up for a mobile quarterback for a quarterback that's not mobile like that. So things changes. Your playbook probably gets small because the game plan is not the same. But to say that is even though I know it got a little bit complicated because of Kenny Pickett came in as the offensive coordinator, I felt like he should have had dialed in a little bit more easier plays for Kenny Pickett. It was just too many plays of him looking down the field too long, knowing that you're not a
Yes,
mobile
yes,
quarterback.
yes,
Like
yeah,
trying to toss it all the way down the field and long deep passes and just like why? Like just play complimentary football. Just do your check downs, move the chain, fire. You know you're not. You got your backup quarterback. He has not been in the game all season.
mm-hmm.
Get the ball out of his hand quick, dump it, boom, boom, move the chains, run it with Saquon until something maybe well open, a good open pocket that he could throw the ball down the field. But
Yeah,
until then, quick passes off your head. No matter if it's 4 yards, 5 yards, just to make third down, third and manageable.
yeah,
Like we
yeah, yeah,
kept
yeah,
getting to third and long situations because of that reason.
yeah,
And I just felt like it put us in a hole because of that. And I just felt like he should have had some type of quick release plays for Kenny Pickett, but he was just looking down the field a little bit too long. And then I would end it and say this. This is a prime example, like I always say. Yes, you have your main quarterback, your starter quarterback. But I feel like coaches and teams need to start game planning for plan B. You gotta start having plays for your main
yeah. Yo,
quarterback,
I was
but
just
then have plays for your
yes,
backup just in case
yes,
these things
yes,
happen.
yes, yes,
Like they
yes,
don't do that. They go in these games. And I understand in practice, you don't want to take up that little time for your backup. You want to mainly focus all your time for your main quarterback so you can get things down pat. I kind of understand that, but you gotta fit it in. You gotta do something. You got
yeah,
at least somewhat of between the practice. All right, yo, listen, we're gonna take 30 minutes. Let's work on Kenny Pickett. Let's work on something. Let's dial on something. Let's get something. All right, then you go back. Like you have to do these things of plays because this is what happens when your quarterback go down. Now it's limited. Your playbook limited. And now you're doing things of throwing it all the way downfield with a quarterback. You know he's not mobile, so he can't get out. If he's holding the ball too long, he can't move. So that's my thing of Kellen Moore. He did a good job, but I just think they need to start game planning for that. And he should have had at least some quick plays for Kenny Pickett. And that's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, just to piggyback, because I like what you said. Just to piggyback off what you said, I feel like if you know you got this type of quarterback, right? But then you got a quarterback that's the total opposite of your starting quarterback, then you should have certain plays to work around because it's a different skill set. It's a different skill set, a
Yeah,
different player.
yeah.
If you know this person, if you know you got a dynamic running quarterback that runs the RPO very well, but he don't run the RPO very well, then have certain plays for him in practice. Okay,
Yeah.
he don't run an RPO, so you know what? Just in case, like you said, just in case he got to come in the game, these type of plays for you. You know what I mean? We got to work around your
Mm-hmm.
skill set now because your skill set is not this man's skill set, and I feel like that's where
Yeah.
the NFL, they fail at. You know what I mean? And that's a great point that you made. I feel like
Yeah.
if they had plays that was catered to Kenny Pickett's skill set, I feel like he didn't play bad, but I feel like he would have done a better job because
Bad
a lot
job.
of the
Yep.
play calling, he was holding the ball way too long. And then not only that, a lot of the
Way too
plays
long.
was downfield. You know what I mean? Either he
Yep.
was hitting
Yep.
AJ Brown with a slant, or a lot of the plays was pretty much downfield to where
That
he
field.
was
Yep.
holding the ball way. And then on top of that, he was leaving the pocket just. I'm looking like, bro, why you leaving the pocket when the defender
Yo,
is
I
going
said
down?
the same
Yo,
thing.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so
I
you know
said,
what I mean. Hopefully going into next game. Hopefully going into next game. Let's just say Jalen Hurts is still in concussion protocol, and he's going against the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully they can put him in a situation where it's more comfortable. You know what I mean? More realistic. You know what I mean? He can't run. He can't run the RPO. You want to know the crazy thing is that when I look back at it, they had Gardner Minshew running the RPO like Jalen Hurts too. So it's like
yeah.
you can't do that. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can get smarter. I believe so. You know what I mean? And hopefully they can
Mm-hmm.
have some plays that fits Kenny Pickett. Speaking on that, going into the Dallas Cowboys or whatever like that, how do you feel going into that game? Do you feel like that game is a must win? Do you feel like because the Dallas Cowboys right now, they are on a roll right now. You know what I mean? I think they won
Yeah.
back-to-back
Yeah.
games, stuff like that. Going into that game, and let's just say hypothetically that Kenny Pickett is the starter. How do you feel or what you think the game plan should be going into that game?
First of all, I definitely think it's a must win because if we lose out and Commanders win out, it it won't look good on us. So we still got with the Commanders winning games, we gotta win games.
Mm-hmm.
Also just a chance of if the Lions maybe lose, we could still get that number one seed. So it's a must win because of that reason too. And then just a momentum going into the playoff. Well, how I feel on this game. If, as you said, hypothetically speaking, if Kenny Pickett play and Jalen Hurts, okay, they want to keep him healthy more
Yeah.
and whatever. I feel like they need a game plan it more as more type of run game of scheme. No standard run games. You can't RPO it. You can't or whatever because they not scared of Kenny Pickett. Now
Yeah.
you gotta get some run. Now you gotta dial up some run schemes.
Yeah.
Meaning get those linemen moving. Like misdirections.
Mm-hmm.
And like bowl out plays when the lineman let the block go this way, then they going that way. Like those type of scheme run to open up some pockets to be able to. But a lot of times for that to open up too, I feel like now we have to dial in some passing.
And get
We
the ball
gotta,
out of his hand. Get the ball out of his hands.
yeah,
That should be a part
yeah,
of the game plan.
yeah.
Yo,
That's what
just
I'm
get the
saying.
ball out of your hands. Like you said, even if it's 3 yards, 4 yards, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Let's get the ball out of your hand. You know what I mean? Holding that ball is you can't do that. You can't do that. So
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And like I said, that's the part. That's what I said. Like the passing has to be the aspect to open up those run games, but to the point is we're gonna have to, because I don't look at passing with Kenny Pickett is going to actually work in that aspect if he play the game. We're gonna have to lean on the run game enough, but we're gonna have to not go away from the passing. Meaning we're gonna have to pass that ball, and we're gonna have to have some good scheme and 5 yard passing type plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like scheming the receiver open to get the ball out their hand quick for Kenny Pickett. Whether it's a flat or out or a slant, not no standard slant, like a scheme slant, something to get these going. Even if now and then I'm not too big on this, but now I can say let's do this because we don't do it as much now, and now it could catch them off guard. Like some running
Some wide
back.
receiver screens or something
Yeah,
like that.
wide receiver screens,
Yeah,
running
yeah,
back
yeah,
screens.
yeah, yeah,
Some for Kenny Pickett to get it off quick,
yeah,
dump it off, but not standard. Like scheme it, like perfect it. Like
yeah.
don't continue to do it because then you're gonna get predictable. But I
Mm-hmm.
just say that now, get that dial in. Why? Because we don't do it as much like we was doing it last season when we just wide receiver screen here, wide receiver screen. Screen. They were like, "Yo, man, stop it!" So
Yeah,
it was like that. But now, since we don't do that as much, we can dial that in the play for Kenny Pickett if he plays. Do some wide receiver screens, some tight end screens, or running back screens, some 5 yard plays, and just to get the ball out quick, man. We gotta get that ball out quick to open up some pockets for the bigger plays and to get the defense off their toes to okay, well they passing it. We can't stack this box on Saquon that much. We gotta protect the middle. We gotta figure out if he's gonna get that ball out of his hand quick. Let's be patient. Let's not come in too quick on a run game. That will
yeah,
open up
yeah,
the run game. And then now the run game open up. Now you can lean on it now because everything is clicking in that aspect. So
yeah,
to say like if Kenny Pickett come in, we gonna definitely have to dial in a lot of scheme passing plays. And we want to stay consistent to that run. And the run game, we want to start out though doing well with the passing. Get some run. Don't just pass it even in the first and second quarter. But we're gonna have to open it up to the spin because they gonna know. Teams gonna know. Can he pick it in? They're gonna try to run. They ain't gonna trust this guy. They gonna try to run. Like that, but so now you gotta be prepared for that and have some scheme passing. Now they gonna back up. When they back up, take control, run it, end it
that's
off
it.
and
That's
running it.
it.
Boom,
That's
run it
it.
off and running it. Now and that's how I feel how they should do it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, you couldn't say it no better, yo. Like you said, I feel like this game right here, you will have to honestly pass it more than you run, but you will have to scheme it up in a way where he's getting it out of his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Let the pass open up for Saquon Barkley because automatically they're going to stack the box because it's no
Mm-hmm.
threat of a RPO, it's no threat of another runner actually running the ball. You know what I mean? So
Yep. Yep.
you will have to actually get the pass game going like that, and then let the pass game open up the run game. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully, let's knock on wood that Jalen Hurts do play, but we just saying
Yes. Yes.
hypothetically, if Jalen Hurts don't play, then they will have to do a better job with catering to Kenny Pickett's skill set or what he does
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
On top of that, they will have to scheme up something and know what type of play. You can't just call the same plays that you're doing for Jalen Hurts for Kenny Pickett. It
You
don't work
can't.
like that.
Can't.
They tried that during the Commanders. I'm not gonna say it was a failure, but it didn't go the way or it didn't look right. You know what I mean? It
Damn.
didn't look right. Just totally two different quarterbacks. So they will have to do a better job with like you said, and I agree with everything you said, scheming up and everything like that. But as far as the panic button, go back to the panic button. I'm not worried. You know what I mean? That's one loss. I mean, that's another loss that we got on our belt. It ain't like we lost 4, 5, or 6. Nah, man, we won 10
Yeah.
games straight. You know what I mean? We had a
Yeah.
mishap. It was
Franchise
a lot of
record.
self-inflicted wounds. We could have won that game 4 or 5 different ways. Smitty dropped the pass. Saquon Barkley dropped the pass that was crucial. AJ Brown dropped the
Mm-hmm.
pass that was crucial. Reed Blankenship had an interception, and he was tiptoeing on that interception. I don't know if you saw that. He was tiptoeing on that interception, and instead of just actually running, he was trying to look to actually nail the ball down or whatever like that. CJ Gardner Johnson, he got ejected. Jordan Davis got injured. So it was a lot of stuff that I feel like if Jalen Hurts was in that game, listen, anything could have happened. But as far as what I saw, we were taking control of the game. We were taking control of the game, and everybody know that we would have sustained drives when Jalen Hurts in there. So that's all we got to say. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't be afraid to leave your comments down below. Also, Unsportsmanlike Talk Show is tomorrow between 8:30 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully y'all can tune into that. I know it's Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all can enjoy y'all Christmas. You know what I mean? Be with your loved ones, be with your family members. If not, be by yourself and drink some wine or something like that. But enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles. That's Hype Fan Jers. We out.